Hey everyone, I wanted to show you guys my seed starting setup. Here we are, January 22nd, that's right, on what could potentially be considered the coldest day of the year perhaps. We'll see. I know I checked about 4 o'clock this morning and we were down here in northern Kentucky to -2 degrees. So definitely gonna be holding my breath a little bit this spring to see what plants exactly come back, what perennials, after we have experienced such a harsh January. I mean, it's been the coldest January we've had in a while. I'm not sure about setting any records. I have to get back to you on that, but it has definitely been super duper cold. We've been dealing with some school closures because of that, whether it's snow or like today with the wind chill factor. The kids just didn't go to school in various districts. So I wanted to show you a little bit and take this opportunity to stay inside nice and warm and show you what I have set up. Luckily for me, I already had this rack in the storage area of my basement. And so that cut quite a bit of cost because the lowest I've really heard these racks can run are around $200 or so. So it's nice to pocket that, keep that in my pocket, save it and not have to deal with it. Now I did have to take some Christmas decorations off of here and bring it into an area of my basement where, as you can see here, I've got a window. So I did close the blind, or put the blinds down just so it wouldn't be competing with me here on camera. But normally I'm going to keep that up and let especially the plants on this top second from the top rack, receive that natural light and be able to germinate, with that. So I only bought a couple of lights. These are just regular shop lights from Menards. This one's about a 30-inch, and as you can see, that's just not quite long enough. So I'll still use it, I think. But I could take it back and get the longer one. But this is the longer. I feel like I'm holding that the right way. And I did check, by the way, the wattage to make sure that that was within the range where plants can grow. And it is. A little bit lower on the spectrum, so we'll see. But this one is the perfect size right here. I believe this is 45 or 46 inches across. Perfecto, as you can see. And I've got my cord here. I want to get a timer and an extension cord as well. So that's not too loud, but the plug is down here at the bottom. So obviously I'm going to need an extension cord since I'm planning to put plants up here on the top to access some of that natural sunlight through the window. Oh, by the way, the hanging mechanism on these lights, which you'll want to be able to adjust via a rope. I do need to, I think, buy a couple more S-hooks. This has got one, but the other end is something funky that is not going to really work for me. If I had to deal with it in a pinch and kind of jerry rig it, I probably could, but I'm going to buy some more S-hooks. So I did get the 36 cell tray from Burpee. This one does not have a humidity dome. It does have this little catching tray to catch the water. These are apparently a silicone type of cell, so that makes it easier to get your plant starts out. So again, 36 cell. I also bought some wooden plant labels. I have everything labeled. And I did find this with my kids' toys in the basement as I was organizing, which was concurrent of getting this setup going. This is from a child's toy, and it's actually perfect for thinning and separating my seedlings once they've germinated. If they're coming out 2 or 3 out of 1, you can just divide without too much root disturbance. This here, I got that idea off of Laura from Garden Answer. She had some kind of similar little thing, and she was showing how that could be used. And then I also picked up, this was $6 from Menards. This is the McKinsey brand. This is a 72 cell. And this does have a humidity dome attached along with a drip tray. So I'm hoping that this will bring me some success. I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna put in here. The thing is, you have to, time everything. So it's all reliant on your last frost date, which I believe for us is in April. I'd have to pin down the exact date. but gonna go in Excel and figure out how many weeks ahead of time to start some of these seeds. I'm thinking in terms of January, which I'm going to, have some starts in January. I'm thinking some of my some of my flower seeds that I'm going to show you here in a sec. I'm thinking I'm just going to do that in the 36 cell, the smaller, because, obviously everything has to be kind of on the same time schedule. I did buy a couple of flower varieties that do require, I believe, 10 to 12 weeks to germinate. So that's one of the longer germination periods. And obviously if this one's in use for a couple months, I'm not going to be able to put additional seeds in it. So I think the 72 cell, we're going to hold off on that for that sweet spot in terms of seed starting, which is going to be, I would guess, in mid-February, March for us, especially some of those vegetable seeds, that you really don't have to start for until 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date. So I wanted to show you guys all this stuff. I mean, I'm so excited to finally get this going and to have you guys along with me. I'm sure there's going to be some successes and failures. That goes with the territory. But, I like to stay pretty humble and, just be real with y'all. So I did take some flowers from that bouquet where I was doing the flower press. And I took some of the flowers, hanging them upside down, maybe so I can catch some seeds. Let's see how that goes. This is a new process as well. This, I believe, these are asters. So I've got these actually hanging up. This plastic right here, I mean, I keep so many containers and plastic bags and reusables, just thinking I may have to use this sometime in the garden. I'm glad I do that, because this is from the plastic utensils, the knives, forks, and spoons that come in the plastic, where you can find a lot of places. Yeah, that's what this plastic is. Save you some money on Ziploc bags. And then I have this little doodad here. It's just, for fun little garden items. Sometimes they come off of my kids' toys. I just thought that was adorable. A little mushroom thing. And some trusty notebooks here.
I hope my microphone is working here. I've been having some issues with it. We are going to share in this moment together, unveiling of the rhododendron, taking off the sheet after about almost a full month of being on here. This was under a bunch of snow, a layer of ice. I'm hoping that having the sheet protecting it actually did its job. Let's see. Hopefully more good than harm was done. I don't know though. It could go either way. Here we go. It's really stuck around the edges here. Whew. Oh. All in all, I'd say it's looking all right from what I can see. It looks just like how it was before I covered it. Buds are still intact. Things are still green. The leaves actually got a little bit more green, as you can see. I think. It's pretty good. I think we should be safe taking the sheet off for a little bit, since we're dealing with kind of a warm up. Could always put the sheet back on, obviously. Let's check out the soil underneath at the base of the plant. Checking out the soil, it seems pretty dry. Yeah, very dry, which the rhododendron likes. Well, it's a little moist under there. It's not all the way dry. But again, this is a PJM rhododendron, hardy to my zone 6B, and it's actually one of the more winter hardy varieties of rhododendron. So hanging tight right now. Got us through a really rough January. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing right here, but I may have to cover it again. Not sure. But so far, so good, I think. It is really dry. Now, it's starting to thaw out a little bit because it's a little frozen, too. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of water. which seems counterproductive. But let's see. Oh yeah, see, it's soaking it up. It's not too frozen. Probably needs that water.
It's been a cold winter. I am cautiously optimistic about some of my plants coming back that I purchased over the spring, but I'm hoping with these seed starts, that'll kind of lessen the blow of any failures experienced out in the garden. So be looking for my next video. I'm gonna have a winter sowing method that I'm also gonna do this year. See y'all.